This episode of the Nerdbender podcast is brought to you by Sephiroth Supernova Pills. One pill a day and you too can destroy a solar system. Because fuck it, why not, apparently.
No one told your life was gonna be this way. Job's a joke, you broke. Your love life's the away. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, a week, a month, or even a year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you.
No, why you can't the monster anime there for you. Oh, I don't know who I'm gonna win on that one.
Feeling better than when work began at 8. When your breakfast so far, things are going great. Your mother warned you there'd be days like these, but she didn't tell you when the world is rough, down to your knees. And I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you.
I can't skip the ad! I can't skip it! I can't skip it! Ah! Ah!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of the Nerdbender podcast. I'm your only mate, hosting the pre-recorded ones as I usually do, the way it should be. And, and with me, of course, is Richard Korra Kenobi, or just Richard now.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. Hi guys. I'm still alive, even though YouTube is trying to convince you I'm dead. Thank you so much.
Me. He's back, bitches.
Yeah, exactly. So for those of you, some of you who don't know, my account got falsely suspended on 2 days ago now, and I don't know when it's coming back. I have talked to the best people I can to try and see if they can help me get it back. They're still working on it. There could have been a lot of contributing factors as to why it got suspended. We don't know, but the point is that until then, I'm using a rental to be able to be here to talk to you guys, because I'm not going to let a suspension slow me down. So yeah, but I want to thank you all so much for all the love and support you've been giving me all throughout YouTube and social media. Really means a lot to me, and you guys have been keeping me from going literally insane without my YouTube channel. So happy to be here, and thank you guys so much. I hope I get my channel back.
All right. And, of course, we also have Duo Dreamer.
Hey everyone, this is Duo Dreamer here. I'm glad to be here. And just for the record, Richard, you're still Richard Korra Kenobi to me, damn it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, like just because the channel is dead doesn't mean the character's dead. But again, for now,
if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, you are a duck.
Quack. Yes, quack.
But anyway, good to be here,
quack.
guys.
Yes.
And we should also address No Star or Amber.
Yes. Okay, so Amber is not here because she just got back to Texas from a week trip in good old California, and she won't be able to personally.
She saw Camp and thought, that looks fun, I'm going to do that.
Yeah. So she won't be able to post her reactions till Monday, so she hasn't seen Ryu versus Jen or the next time. So please, for the love of God, I say this right now, do not spoil it for her or she will kill us all.
There's a chance she might have seen it before this comes out.
Probably, yes, by the time we record. Yeah.
Actually, no, she's streaming right now, so she won't be watching it.
Yeah, exactly. And also, Star is not here because we couldn't get a hold of him, so we don't know where he is. Maybe
a car drove past his house, which scared him. He went on his computer to get help, but it's buffering so much, which terrified him even more.
Yeah, so he may jump in here, he may not, but
and just be like, "Oh my god, that car and the buffering!"
Yeah, so that's why they're not here. So it's just four of us.
And as for the fourth person we have, Jaru is back.
Yeah. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, once again. I
Yes.
have returned. I'm not dead either, despite not uploading anything of worth for months. But
At least you still have a channel, so be happy about
yeah, well,
Ooh.
gotta count your blessings. But yeah, nah, good to be here. I almost forgot what we were here to talk about, but I was reminded, so that helps. I'm a very organized person, as you can tell.
Yes, well organized. Best organized.
All right, so shall we go ahead and talk about the first death battle we have to talk about?
Oh yes, let's talk about this one last time.
Yeah, the newest
versus
episode.
Wonka.
No.
Well, and it's my favorite.
Can I kick him?
No, you don't. You don't have that power. Only I have that power.
Damn it. Anyway, we're here to talk about Ryu versus Jin.
Yes. Oh God, yes. Such a great episode.
Oh my! I think this is my favorite fight this season.
I think this is if not hands down, the best 3D fights of the season.
Well, there's only been 2.
I know. Crazy, right? Only been 2.
I would say this is easily my favorite fight of the season and one of the better 3D fights. I'd say it's in the upper half at least of all time in general.
Yeah, I could agree to that.
I still haven't gotten to listen to the song entirely. But,
I have it on my phone.
Yes.
You got
And it
distracted by
was
the
playing
coolness.
as we're talking.
Yes, yeah. It took so long for the soundtrack to come out, but it's now out now, so you can download it and listen to it.
Oh, speaking of that, soundtrack is so good.
Oh yeah,
It fit very well with the fight.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it did.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Omega Sparks did amazing. Like, wow.
He always does.
Yeah, yes.
The funny thing is, they've been trying to get him onto a death battle ever since. I think they were working on Meta versus Carolina.
Oh.
Yep, pretty much.
Long ass time ago.
Yeah, so I'm happy he's here. Again, for his first death battle soundtrack, I think he knocked it out of the park. That's an understatement. And I would
Well, this is the guy who did the Killer Instinct soundtrack. What do you expect?
Yes,
Yeah.
well, he did one of the most recognizable Killer Instinct tracks.
Well,
yes.
yeah.
Like, nobody cares about the rest of the track. We only care about one specific track.
That's not true. I like
No.
the main Killer Instinct theme.
I do too, but it's just a fact, like
The rest of the songs I'm kind of whatever about. But
yeah.
Back to Your Eyes. Is that what it's called? Back to
Yeah,
Your
back
Eyes.
to yeah.
I have it in my playlist. I forget, but it's amazing. It's fantastic.
Yes, it is. So yeah, no, because he did so well on this, I want to see him come back for
me
future
too.
episodes. Like,
If he wanted to do every single soundtrack, I'd be totally down with that.
Oh, hell
so
yes.
you're saying you'd be okay with him doing the next fight?
Hell yeah.
I would.
Okay, cool. Well, you know what he.
I
Samurai
dig it.
Jack.
I
You
dig
know
it.
what a good.
Anyway, before
Samurai
we get too off topic,
Yeah, no,
sound.
yeah.
Ryu versus Jin. I don't think Duo actually gave his thoughts on the fight, did he?
Not really.
No. I can re-give my thoughts because it's been a while, so whoever didn't give their thoughts can go. Yes.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying the 3 of us did and Duo didn't.
Okay. Well, okay then. Duo, you want to? Oh, classic. But you want to go ahead and give your thoughts?
Yeah, it was just awesome. It was spectacular in my opinion. Like I said in my reaction, they were going balls to the wall. The way Torian animated this fight, they just didn't stop until Ryu did the final blow and stuff.
Yes.
So it was just magnificent in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
I can agree to that. I can kind of re-give my thoughts. I'm the same way. I feel like, okay, like in my opinion, I know Torian's got like 2 fights to go for the rest of the season, but I just feel like he's got to work extra hard to outdo himself in this one because the choreography.
Well, it's Torian. I'm sure he'll find a way.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like the choreography, the animation, the help he had from the intern, and
No,
the
it was all
team.
him. Didn't you see the Death Hour cast? It was all him.
I still like to acknowledge people. And the two people.
I'm literally just going along with Torian's joke.
Yeah, I know. And the two people who helped him out. This battle actually had professional lighting and professional rigging, so that's why it looked 20% of it looked even more amazing because
Speaking
Torian
of professional rigging and whatnot, we did mention like where they were fighting.
Yes, okay. We might as well talk about that because
So when Jen slammed them into the ground and they went into that cave, it's the Spring Maiden Vault from Ruby Volume 5.
yes, it is.
What? No, what?
I'll be honest with you. I didn't recognize until someone mentioned that. I said, "Oh my god, it is!" Because I was just so immersed with the fight. I was just so immersed with the fight.
Yeah,
all I could see was, they're going underground and they're gonna continue their fight.
Yes.
But it just didn't click into my head of what the scenery was until someone mentioned that. Oh yeah, that's what it was. But I was just so into this fight. It was so awesome.
Yeah.
And part of the reason why that is, it's to save money.
Yes, exactly. Like the original idea was that they would go down into catacombs of the mountain because Ryu's...
Yeah, it was that they would break outside the dojo, go down a mountain, and then wind up in a canyon. But Torian was like, that sounds good, but we can't afford it.
Yeah, your idea sounds expensive. That's pretty much what he said. And because everyone always seems to assume that Screw Attack has a shitload of money in their budget when it's not actually true. They have a modest budget. They can, for the budget they have, they can do a lot with it. But if they were to do more expensive ideas like that, it would require a lot of money for the environment. They would, because again, an environment like that costs a lot of money. So they asked Rooster Teeth, "Hey, so we noticed you guys have
in Torian's words, he just went to RT Animation and was like, "Hey, this exists. Can we use it?"
And they were like, "Yeah, sure." So
might as well. I mean, they're in the same team. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that makes me wonder, could we see more areas from Rooster Teeth animated shows pop up in Death Battle?
It's possible. I mean,
I don't want Samurai Jack to be fighting in a Ruby Chibi world.
From how that's being animated, I think it would fit.
No, yeah, but no, yeah, like basically, this episode looked amazing, sounded amazing on every. The only nitpick I have with it, and this is the same nitpick Torian had, is I don't like the Ryu model they used at the beginning, which is the Street Fighter V model, because the proportions on the muscles, they just they don't fit well with me. But when he went into Satsui no Hado and the Power of Nothingness, they were using his Street Fighter IV model. So I think they should have done that. Jin's model looked amazing. I don't know where that model came from, but the details on how that model was textured, you can actually see a blue vein in one of his muscle arms. Like, that's how amazingly detailed it was. And the fabric, too. Like, we didn't talk about this, but there was a whole team dedicated to making the fabric on Ryu's gi look almost realistic. So, it was a good episode. I don't think I can say anything more. But
does anyone want to talk about like the verdict?
Oh yeah, okay.
Let me get some of my own thoughts out on the animation.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Go ahead. Looked really good. Great choreography, as always, from Torian.
Yes.
Music, of course, Mega Sparks does a great job, as always. I always love it whenever a fight transitions from one location to another, because I feel like forcing two characters to fight to the death in a box is boring.
Yeah.
Have them break out of a box.
Exactly.
Snake is the exception. But point is, it was really good, really enjoyable. I like the effects. Oh, one of my favorite things about it was their use of. They might have actually taken it straight out of Dragon Ball Fighter Z, but just the 2D explosion effects were.
I knew you were going to bring that up.
Fantastic.
Exactly.
I've always said that the best animation is one that mixes 2D and 3D. and I persist in that belief.
And this episode proves it can work.
Oh yeah. In fact, it's way less distracting and almost like it's way less of an eyesore than many of the 3D effects and 3D explosions that tend
Yeah.
to, like, like for example when Ryu did his first what's it called? Is it Tatsumaki Senpukyaku, I think.
Yes.
Yep. That's how you say it.
Spinning
Perfectly.
kick. Yeah. The first one with the big one, it was like a Marvel vs. Capcom reference. The effects on the spinning, like the light show, was so obscuring you could barely tell he was doing a kick thing. So, like that's an example of like 3D effects being a little bit kind of distracting sometimes. But point is, I like the 2D effects. Those were cool.
Yeah, same here. I hope they continue to use it because I noticed that too. Like as soon as they use those were like I can guarantee you those effects were from Dragon Ball Fighters, and they looked amazing. They clashed well too, like you said, and especially during
Dragon Ball Fighters, or is it Dragon Ball Fighter Z?
It's pronounced two ways. You can call it Dragon.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Tomato.
Okay,
exactly. Yeah.
It's still
So-
Let's check.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that too. I really hope they continue to do that because I'm with you, Jar. Like I prefer when we see a 3D fight with 2D aspects to it, and not a 3D fight going overboard with its 3D-ness. And I definitely think
They're like there's a lot of 3D fights that I felt would have been massively upgraded if they toned down a bit on the 3D effects and up a bit on the 2D effects. Dante versus Bayonetta being one. Great fight, but it's like the 3D effects are kind of distracting at times.
understandable. Yeah.
My only real complaints about Ryu versus Jin are it starts off a little slow. Like the fight, when they first start fighting, their attacks are like literally like physically slow compared, but it picks up pretty quickly. So that's a pretty minor complaint.
Well, to be fair,
My only complaint is more of a joke.
yeah.
Where is the diarrhea joke foot?
We'll do it.
It was cool to Jodan, to the galley in the however you pronounce it. Sorry if I butchered that name. In my head, it's diarrhea kick.
Yes. But Duo, go ahead. You were going to say something?
No, I was gonna say that I have no problem when it starts off slow. That way, it kind of like, especially with people who don't know who these characters are, it gives you a chance to kind of register in their heads first, and then they start pick up the pace. It's kind of like a roller coaster. You go up, and then for the good parts, you go way down and start going with the ride. So I liked how it starts slow, but then slowly picks up to where it gets really good. You know what I
I
mean?
can respect that. That makes sense.
Like it's better, in my opinion. I like it when a fight starts off just a little bit slow, but then it starts picking up the more more you progress.
I agree with that too. I just thought it was a little slower than it had to be.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just me.
Well, I think most of that, in my opinion, is the problems and the limitations from the Ryu model they were using. Because once again, Torian stated he did not like that model and he hated it. But so maybe that's the reason why it started off too slow. Because again, the models have to be able to clash with each other perfectly, and it looked like from the beginning the Ryu model was struggling to really keep up with the Jin model. So maybe that's why it looked slow. And again, there's a lot of reasons, but I agree. Like,
And I don't know if there was voice acting. Was there
No.
voice acting?
No,
there was.
It was all voice clips.
Yeah,
Okay.
these were all sound bites from their games because, in my opinion, who are you going to get to try and top Kyle Kiebert's Ryu and whoever plays Jin in Tekken?
And what's his face, Jen? Like, what?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, the fans are going to call me out on that.
Yeah, they are.
But
I'll link to his channel in the description. Oh,
sorry.
Yeah.
My only other complaint, again, pretty minor, was I felt like it ended a little abruptly. Like, I felt like it would have been a little more, like, because Ryu kind of goes light mode and then just sucker punch and then laser. It's like, it was kind of short. Like, I would have liked for there to be, like, a short combo attack that ended in the laser. Just, again, just nitpick. I'm a big Killer Instinct fan,
I mean,
so I
in a
like
way
my
it
ultra
ended-
combos.
in a way, it ended kind of like with Ryu versus Scorpion. Goes into the power of nothingness and then just laser. And
Yeah, and
that's supposedly it. Only difference
Yeah,
is it
oh.
worked this time.
Yeah, exactly. Well, okay, see, here's the thing. Let me bring up that, because I saw, for some people, yes, it's called the power of nothingness. It's not Ultra Instinct. Ryu invented Ultra Instinct before Goku did it, so stop calling it that.
Yes, that's very true.
Oh yeah, and the
Suck
power
up.
of nothingness is a concept
Muno
that's been a
can.
part of Buddhist tradition for forever. Like it's the
Exactly.
entire premise
Exactly.
of martial art.
Exactly. So no, Goku didn't invent this damn thing.
Oh, and there are a few things
Goku didn't invent anything.
It's so true, he didn't.
No, yeah.
Anyway, like there's some things I've seen people that bring up, and Screw Attack have addressed them in that podcast, that podcast.
Let's go into the verdict. That's a good segue. Have you been taking Chad pills? Segway Chad pills?
That would be a good time to talk about our sponsor. I'm kidding.
Oh God!
I was like, oh god.
Oh man. It's
Where to put the
confirmed.
script?
Yes.
Oh, before we get to Brad, I just want to say something.
Sure.
With my prediction video for this battle, somehow I gave a lot of people hope that Ryu would win. Like people was like saying, "You just gave me some hope that Ryu would win," because they never used the power of nothingness in most of the battles we've seen. So I'm like, yeah, like I said, it's just a theory. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say that he's definitely going to win. I said there is a chance. And then with every other person out there who's done this type of a battle, whether it be arcade mode or 1 minute melee, Jin always.
Well, those
seems
were
to
like
win.
no research, and one of them was
Right.
controlled by votes. And the other one was a draw.
Yeah.
Right. But everyone always believes that Jin will win. But people were coming to me saying, like, you just gave me some hope that he would win because of the power of
Doing
nothingness.
it right.
It's almost it's like people always forget he has the power of nothingness. So that's funny.
Or they
But-
conveniently don't use it.
Yeah, exactly.
And something else,
Bias.
which they bring up in the sidebar, but they don't really talk about it, is that in the comics, Ryu actually attains the ability to use third form, which is a combination of the Satsui no Hado and the power of nothingness.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I read that comic back in the day when I was researching. Who was it? It was probably Cammy White, I want to say.
Yeah, it was.
I read that comic, and it was intense shit. Like you can, like it was powerful. Like it was crazy.
Okay.
So yeah, that was cool. I thoroughly enjoyed their usage of that stuff.
But I think they were
Yeah.
going by with what are the chances of that happening. Like they want to use like moments that would most likely happen in a battle with Ryu and Jin.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, there's no real reason to think he couldn't do it. You know.
No, yeah. So let's go ahead and discuss.
It
Yeah.
is
So
Anyway, so some of the things that people have brought up to try and challenge Screw Attack's verdict is like, you clearly pick and chose like a canon and non-canon. Like, why would you count
they always do that.
this for Jin
they always
and
do
not
that.
Blood Vengeance? And they did actually mention there are things they left out for Ryu.
yes,
well.
yes, they did.
And
Which
one of them,
some of them
I shit you not, he's fighting Asura from Azura's Wrath.
Oh yeah.
And Asura launches him like to the moon, and he's perfectly fine. And then they fight on the moon.
Yes.
Well, so I would say, to be fair, if they were going to use Blood Vengeance, which is not canon, then it should be fair for them to use the fact that he fought Ashura.
Yeah.
So
Also,
any benefit Jin could possibly get from Blood Vengeance is utterly negated. By
Exactly. Yes.
Pretty much.
Well,
But,
also
there's
too,
also Ryu teleporting like across a continent or something,
Oh,
and they were just like, "Yeah, we've never seen him do that anywhere else.
no, that was
Especially not in
something.
the games."
No.
So, no way, not counting this.
I wonder how long did it take for Ryu to impact the moon? Just wondering from the Osiris thing.
I don't know. I haven't looked it up.
I
No,
played that mode before, and I don't know how long it took, but the fact that he was able to breathe in space is something.
Yes, when Ryu is human, by the way.
Yes.
So unless Assassin's Fist or the Satsui no Hado or the Power of Nothingness give him the ability to breathe in space, then clearly it was probably a good thing they didn't mention it.
If we're going off of Dungeons and Dragons rules, high-level monk class no longer needs to eat food or drink water, so maybe he doesn't.
Exactly.
Well,
how
doesn't need to
often
breathe.
do we...
Anyway,
Yeah, exactly.
there were a few other things that brought up as well, like the Power of Nothingness supposedly only working on evil people.
Well, I mean,
Don't think.
I'm pretty
I
sure
think
that
that's an
skyscraper
assumption.
wasn't evil.
Yeah, I think that's an
Yeah.
assumption, and also Jin started World War III.
kind of dead.
So, I'm pretty sure there's some evil there.
Yeah, well, also to the last one, this is a big one, because I noticed a lot of some hardcore people had problems of them using scaling in order to find Ryu and Jin's maximum potential. Because see,
No,
here's
there
the
were
thing.
like 2 points on that.
Yeah, but no, here's the thing. Before you
Because
say it,
with,
well, hold on.
oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. Just here's the thing. Because as they said in the cast, okay, fighting games are seriously lacking on story details. Because what's a fighting game about? Pew pew pew, fight fight fight. So the story comes last. So the fact that they had to use scaling, in their defense, it was the only way to find their maximum potential. Because again,
Exactly.
if they can't find their potential in the actual games and they have to use non-canon stuff or reasonable scaling, then that's the only way they can do these characters justice. They can't just leave them at where they are, where the games leave them, because, again, that's not fair. So, yeah. But go ahead, mate. You've got the 2 points.
Well, one of them was that how in Street Fighter and Tekken they don't exactly show like the exact limits that they're capable of from the fighting game stories. So scaling to Kazuya and Akuma like made the most sense to try and find their maximum potential.
Yeah.
And the other one people were trying to bring up, Akuma in Tekken 7.
Oh God.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God.
Ben went through this and basically pointed out why no, you can't use it. So apparently Hayachi and Kazuya beat Akuma on different occasions, and then Shin Akuma.
Yeah.
But the Hayachi one, we don't really see what happens. It just cuts away, and then there's security camera footage of Akuma walking away, and then it's like, oh, a huge explosion has erupted here. And the next time we see Hayachi, there's like some rubble, and he just bursts out of it, like, I'm still alive, fuckers!
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
Because it's Hayachi,
Yeah.
I guess. As for the
President Hayachi, yes.
As for the Akuma versus Kazuya thing, that fight was interrupted by the laser that they talked about from the satellite. And little fun fact, Ben pointed this out, Akuma was just in regular base form to survive that, whereas Kazuya had to be in devil form.
Mm-hmm.
So he brought up that interesting little comparison.
It is. It's a good comparison.
And the last one, the Shin Akuma thing, it looks a little different. So it's possible that's not exactly Shin Akuma. And we don't know exactly what happened. Like, you play as Kazuya, but we don't see what happens after that.
Yeah.
But then his biggest point, it's not the same Akuma.
Yes, and
Like, he's even got a different backstory as well.
Yes, and before people tell us it's the same Akuma, bear in mind, as Mate just said, and as Ben just said, it's this Akuma in Tekken has a different backstory, because if you want proof of this Akuma actually gives a shit about what will happen to the Earth and his well-being.
Yeah, so
Oh God.
but he works with them
There we go.
because Hayachi and Kazuya, he believes they could cause like great harm to the planet. In Street Fighter, he doesn't give a fuck about any of that.
No, like he's literally okay.
He cares about getting stronger. That's
This
all.
is the guy who punched an island to death.
Yeah.
And not to mention destroyed a meteor.
That too, which we'll get to that.
Oh yeah.
So the points they did answer these questions. They did it the best they can. I feel like they gave us some good
more,
answers.
and they went in a bit more detail.
Yeah,
well.
which
We don't need to repeat everything.
No, we don't need to repeat everything. But see,
I didn't research this match, so I can't comment too much about it. From
that's
standpoint, but it seems like Death Battle dotted their I's, crossed their T's. So.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the thing about it is that, okay, when you really look at this, okay, yes, most of the time this matchup has always ended with Ryu losing, but for this, they had to be different. They had to make this stand out as much as possible. So, of course, they were going... Oh, everyone's opinion is different. But basically, they had to go in to how could Ryu win this, or how could this be done justice. And apologies if I look dark as hell. The point is that, okay, if you weren't satisfied with the points they brought up and you want to know why were they bringing up non-canon shit, well, because again, the thing about it is, if the creators or somebody says this is non-canon, they have to look at this and be like, okay, this is non-canon, but is it...
Another point for the Blood Vengeance point, like, yeah, the creator said it's non-canon, but he also has a new form that doesn't show up in any of the games.
Yeah.
So
that's the main thing. The main important thing to distinguish when it comes to Death Battle's rules on canon is it doesn't matter if it's canon or non-canon so much as is the non-canon consistent with the canon. That's their actual rule.
If it
contradicts it, then
canon, they'll use it. If it's not consistent, they don't use it. That's it.
Unless you want to do a circumstance where we're using
Bane
blood
holding
vengeance.
back Doomsday.
Yes, exactly. Or the fact that they gave Goku Super Saiyan 4, even though that's non-canon. Because again,
it was canon.
You want him to lose even worse.
Yeah, exactly. Well, again, the thing is that, okay, canon in Death Battle's eyes is, as Jar just said, it has to be consistent with the main canon. If it's not consistent, they don't use it. But it's
actually,
also...
Ben did bring this up with fighting games in particular as well, and I think this is a good way of thinking about things and going about it. Because some fighting games, they have different possible endings, but only one canon ending, so which one do you look at when researching characters? And his way of interpreting it is you look at all of them because they're all possible.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, they're all
They're just
possible.
alternate
But sometimes
futures,
the
so
best
you
way
can
to
take them into account.
But sometimes the best way to find if one of those endings is canon is the next game. That's the only
that
way.
too.
You know,
But the other ones are still possible, is the point.
right?
Yeah.
They're all,
Which
all possible.
Fine with a particular Ruby character from Cross Tag Battle.
Yeah. Well,
Do you have that game yet?
Oh, hell yeah, I have it.
off topic.
I know it's off topic,
Quick,
but
quick side note, I did the math real quick, and it took about 16 seconds for Ashura to smash Ryu to the moon, which would mean he impacted with approximately 5.86 megatons of energy.
Jesus Christ.
dang.
Yeah, so...
He was perfectly fine.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
he was.
And that was base form Ryu. So,
Yes, exactly. Well,
And
see,
he
that's the
continued
thing,
to
Plus,
though.
Ashura's already retarded.
Well, see, that brings up the point, though. That brings up the point. It's like Ryu was able to Ryu was able to survive getting smashed to the moon in his base form, whereas Jin's father had to be in his Devil Trigger form in order to survive that laser down to the ground. So again, that also supports the theory that, okay, if they did give Ryu more of his ridiculous feats that we don't see in the game, then Jin would have been fucked.
Yeah. Jin,
Basically.
if you were to use a composite version of every version of Jin and every version of Ryu, it would still turn out in Ryu's favor.
Yes, exactly. Which again, it's that brings up the point. And for people saying, okay, well, why would you scale them to Akuma or Kazuya? Well, again,
I think we've gone over that.
Yeah, exactly. We've gone over it.
They made Death Battle's perspective on power scaling has been made quite clear, which is that they're only it's a last resort type thing, and when they do use it, they only do so when it's as utterly reasonable as possible.
Right.
They explain their reasoning step by step for why it made sense.
Exactly.
For me, when I saw this episode and they scaled both characters with Kazuya and Akuma. You know me, I don't like power scaling. I like to see if
I
they
don't
actually
either,
do
but
it.
mainly because, oh god, anytime a Dragon Ball matchup shows up, I guarantee people will always, and I mean always, scale people to Frieza.
Right, they always do. They always
Yeah,
do.
exactly.
But here's the thing though, with this one, I was still questioning because I always hate power scaling because I feel like unless someone testifies it or they actually happen, I can't assume that they can do this. But when I talked to my brother Richard, not this Richard, but my own brother Richard, he says that it's reasonable because Ryu and Akuma are similar, as Kazuya and Jin are very similar in every possible way.
And they're speculated to be father and son.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I look at it as I guess that makes perfect sense. It makes more sense to scale those characters than say scale Android 18 to Frieza
Yeah,
Or-
oh god, I hated
or
that.
Goku to Piccolo because they're totally entirely different characters.
Yeah.
They're entirely different characters. Whereas Akuma and Ryu, while Akuma is more evil than Ryu, they both know the same art.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
Of
They're,
course, they fought several times, and in the end, Ryu won.
yeah, exactly. They're
Exactly.
literally two Kazuya and Jin and Ryu and Akuma. They're both two sides of the same damn coin. So again, it's better to have. It's like what Duo said. It's like what Jaru said. It's basically like we've all been saying. If they do decide to use power scaling as a last resort, they're gonna make sure the power scaling is reasonable and they can scale them to characters that are similar and consistent alongside them, rather than just scaling them to completely different fighters in general.
But in my opinion, one of the biggest problems with the versus
Also,
is that
like-
they rely too much on power scaling. They rely too much on it.
Pretty much.
In my opinion, with the versus community, and
Also,
I like how
feel
Death
like
Battle does
we've
it.
been on Ryu vs. Jin for quite a while.
Yeah, so I think
I think
I think
you've said what we need to say.
yeah, exactly. All in agreement. Great fight. Arguably the best 3D fight of the season. Excited to see what comes next. The verdict made sense to us when we looked more into it and we were told more about it. And for those of you that still aren't happy with it, again, it's an opinion. It's not a cold fact. They rarely have fights that are stone cold facts on which character would win 9 times out of 10.
As I always say,
But they
it's
have had
theory.
some where people who actually make the characters have come out and said, yeah, this is how it would go.
Yeah,
Even then, though, like with comic book characters, that's only true for that writer. So, like, another writer
exactly.
could say, "No, that's not true." Like,
Yeah.
important
Yeah,
to
but
remember is
I was also kind of referring to Meta vs. Carolina.
yeah, but like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Point is, something everyone's got to remember is versus debate has no real answer. There is no real solution. There is no settling debate once and for all. It's
At
just
the end of the day, it's just a theory.
Yeah, exactly.
again.
It's all.
I knew someone was going to make that reference.
I had to.
Yeah. This is all entertainment, guys. It's all fucking fan fiction entertainment. That's all it is. Take it as
Yeah.
it. So, yes.
just enjoy it, agree or disagree, whatever, but don't get upset about it because
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Don't
Yeah,
let it ruin
no.
your day.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Don't
I
ruin
got a
your
lot
day.
of.
Because at the end of the day, you can make a fictional character and make them do whatever.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yes. So, now that we're done with that.
Oh,
Yeah.
one last thing. The other fun fact, the Shiro thing. To reach the moon in that time would require him to be flying at about 8% the speed of light. So-
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
Yeah, damn. son. But
That-
impact. Oh my god!
I know, right?
From that.
I know. That
And
was
breathing
your.
in face.
Yes, god dang it. That was your. Okay, so this is a new segment we're calling. This has been your Jaru fun fact of the day.
there you go.
Anyway,
Math. It's math.
I think it's about time we move on to the next fight.
Oh boy!
And as I usually do,
Versus
Who-
Wonka
with
rematch.
Who's slapping their thighs like that?
That was me. Sorry, I'm excited.
I
I'm
can
happy you
see
brought that what Jaro was saying.
I'm glad we're not seeing the lower half of you if you're
Oh,
that excited.
Oh, anyway,
Look, Richard, we're all excited for Pikachu vs. Blanca remastered.
screw you.
It's exciting. I know.
Nah, Fogel versus Sector for life.
Oh, okay.
No.
Mate, do the
Actually,
thing.
no.
Anyway,
I want to do a remastered version. I'm down because that match was trash.
as I've been trying to say, as we do with various most wanted death battles, Richard, would you like to say what the next fight is?
I've been waiting my whole life for this. Okay, if I'm going to do this, I must switch on the appropriate voice. The next time is motherfucking Samurai Jack versus motherfucking Afro Samurai.
Okay, Samuel.
Or as this matchup is also known, Richard's Wet Dream.
Woo!
Yes.
Okay, easy.
No, I have had a shitty 2 days. I need this.
That's going to be the title of this podcast, by the way.
A shitty 2 days?
Yeah, shitty 2 days.
Richard's Wet Dream.
No. Please don't. It's gross.
I'm doing it.
No.
Can we replace that one South Park character that has all that jizz over in next to a computer and replace it with
Oh, God.
So gross.
I should do that,
Gross.
actually.
Oh,
Just put
God.
Oh,
Richard's head-
Jesus Christ.
just put Richard's head on that and put like a screen of the thumbnail for Jack versus Afro. And it's like, oh, yeah.
It was a ghost.
Well, it was nice seeing you guys. I'm going to go ahead and sign out. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that shit.
Oh, where I'm damn Amber and Star are missing out.
No, they are not. Really, they aren't.
Someone make a meme of that. Spread that meme around. Spread it.
No! God.
Oh, my God.
I didn't think this joke was going to make everyone laugh this long.
Yes.
No, it shouldn't have. You people are animals.
What- we beat Death Battle Cast in terms of original jokes. Give us the award now.
So let me guess, the image in your head is still there.
Yeah, it's not going away. What are you talking about?
Anyway,
I'm replacing
taking
it
over.
with an entirely different Death Battle thumbnail.
Okay.
I'm ending this conversation. Samurai Jack is coming to Death Battle. It's very exciting.
Yes. Okay. You know what also this means? Samurai Jack is now the first Cartoon Network character to come into Death Battle.
Really?
Yes, he is
Yeah,
representing.
he is, actually.
He is representing Teen Cartoon Network. So holy shit, they couldn't have chosen a better one to do it. So
And Afro Samurai is representing all Afro people, I guess.
Hey.
I mean, no one else wears an Afro. Or I guess he's not wearing an Afro.
well, that's his hair. That's the
hair. Yeah,
That's
no, you
his
don't wear
actual-
your hair.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
exactly.
You know, it's actually kind of tragic because, like, if he was fighting anyone else, I'd root for him just for that awesome throw. But as it stands, I gotta go with Jack.
Okay, yeah. So let's talk about that.
We'll talk about
So yeah, so let's get into the nitty gritty here. So yeah, Samurai Jack, for the longest time, you all know, has been my most requested fight for ages. Been waiting 3 seasons for it now, and now it's finally here. So it's great to see it, and this is going to be, in my opinion, probably the most not only diverse death battle, but this battle is going to be the ultimate yin versus yang situation, just because of the interesting dichotomy between these two characters, which I'll get into later. But yeah, no, yes, there is an interesting
$100 word right there.
Thank you. You learn something new every day. So yeah, but yeah, no. So with Jack, we all know it's safe to assume like maybe 80 to 90% of the population of this earth knows who Samurai Jack is.
That's a bit.
I don't care.
He was a household name for children. So
The best household name for children. He made me.
Yeah, we all know Samurai Jack.
Yeah. Afro
I made-
Samurai is kind of an interesting story. I'll go into that later.
I actually made a variety of videos back in the early days of my channel, just literally going through Samurai Jack episodes and making.
Speaking of which, I was actually looking at those videos of yours, Jaru.
Oh, thank you.
Mainly because I was actually debating with this one fellow on one of the prediction videos that me and Richard made, and he was going on saying about Afro Samurai is definitely going to win because of this, because of that, and said a lot of negative things about Jack. So I'm like, okay, let me go through some feats that Jack has done compared to Afro. And again,
It's a very long list.
it's a long list. And don't get me wrong, there has been some shortcomings for Jack, but at the same time, it's like you can't use this as a reason why he would lose to Afro. Like,
No.
mainly he was talking about his defeat from the Guardian. When he was defeated by the Guardian.
Okay, well, again, to be fair, the Guardian had been guarding that time portal for God knows how long, and again, Jack was at a reasonable skill level, whereas the Guardian was on a whole nother level, like probably a bigger level than even Jack could handle. So there's but again, even though Jack...
And that's the one of 3 fights he's lost. So.
Exactly, yeah. Do you know how many fights he's lost? Like, one-on-one? It's it's countable on one hand. Exactly, yes. So...
I remember a time the fucking Aku was like, haha, I found the Infinity Gauntlet. It wasn't the Infinity Gauntlet, but it was like God powers that let me control space and time. And Jack literally cut him and the gauntlets to smithereens.
Yes.
Woo! And he did it faster than the eye could track, and it was amazing. Well, now I'm just fanboy. Anyway,
it's just that when people just use that as an instance, that's like, well, he couldn't beat this guy because he was more powerful. But then my rebuttal is, has Afro ever beaten or fought anyone like the Guardian in his universe?
Fuck no!
No, but this person says, well, we can't really use that because we can't really use speculation. And I'm like, excuse me?
It's not speculation, it's a goddamn fact.
It's a true fact. Like, I haven't seen any character in Afro, and I love Afro Samurai, don't get me wrong.
Same here.
But I haven't seen any enemy that goes close to near the enemies that Jack has faced throughout his adventures. And we're talking about him in the distant future.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. So let's just talk about the fight one by one. I'm gonna make mine as short as I can because I want to hear other people's opinion. But first of all, I'm excited for this. Very excited.
We know you're excited for this.
Yes. Everyone and their grandmother knows how excited I am for this. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God! You just what? You didn't even hear what I just said.
No,
you just see that wet spot on your hat.
There is no wet spot on my hat. What are you talking about?
Never mind.
Oh God, I know what he's referring to.
So anyway, as I was saying, yes, I'm excited for this fight for all of the right reasons. It's going to be very tricky though, because again, as I said in the prediction, it is going to be close. But when you slice it down the middle, no pun intended, Jack dominates almost every category he takes, and it's kind of a sad fact. But again, I love Afro Samurai. I've watched the show twice, seen the movie twice. I think that this is probably going to be, in my opinion, the bloodiest and most fast-paced, awesome fight ever. And for those right reasons, because this fight is not going to be a 2D fight. It's not going to be a 3D fight. It's going to be a hand-drawn fight, the second hand-drawn fight of the
technically,
season.
if it's hand-drawn, it's still 2D.
I know.
Right.
He's kind of right.
Yes, I know. Well, okay. Yes, I know, but it's not
No
2D.
2D sprite.
It's a
There
full
you go.
Like
Yes, exactly.
it's a one-dimensional fight. They're literally dots. Like,
They're just basic pixels.
I will take. Okay, look, this fight could be stick figures, and I would still love it so much.
hell yeah! You know, just copy paste Samurai Jack's head over a stick figure fighting, and I won.
Exactly. Yes.
Death Battle and Pivot.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, there you go. Just like put a sticker on a pencil, and then like have the pencils like smashing into each other. Just
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
third
I agree. Yes, I agree. And also, too, not only is this fight going to be 2D, hand-drawn animated, but it's also going to have voice actors. And oh my goodness, the voice actors. So
One
let's
of them
talk.
is returning voice actor, I believe.
Yes, one of them who is returning to Death Battle is Kaji Sang. I really hope I just said his last name right. He voiced Zoro in Zoro versus Urza. So
Oh my god, he pronounced her name right.
yes, thank you. You learn as you go.
Yeah, the power of Ezra.
Oh god. Never
I
let me
made
know.
fun of you, but I was doing the exact same thing.
No. And so yes, Kaji will voice Samurai Jack, which I think that's a great choice. I didn't even think about that.
I like his performance as Zoro. I look forward to seeing what he can bring to Samurai Jack.
Yes, and we have somebody who just recently became my friend. We have Devanti Johnson playing Afro Samurai. So I don't know what he's done. I didn't get a chance to look it up, but
I just hope they do Phil Lamar and Samuel L. Jackson justice.
I'm pretty sure they will. I mean, okay, let's see.
Speaking of Phil Lamar,
Yes.
I came across the notification on Twitter that after this fight was announced, MCM, which is the Comic-Con company in England, yeah, he's going to be at a con this year.
Ooh.
Not London, not the one I go to.
Yeah, there you go then.
So I won't get the chance.
Yeah, no, well, in my opinion, it's easy to do a Samurai Jack voice. You know, you just have to have a very low tone voice, like
he's not exactly the most.
no, yeah, I mean, I can do it right now, like,
He's not exactly the most verbose character. Like,
yeah, exactly,
say
like,
much.
yes, no, exactly, just like, do you know where a time portal is? I see, I will find it. Or exactly, yeah. But with Afro, it's mostly the same thing. You know, I mean, in my opinion, if you wanted to hear Samuel Jackson's best voice performance, go watch Afro Samurai. It's literally just
actually voiced by Sam Jackson.
yes, he voices Afro. Sam L. Jackson voices Afro.
I thought that was a joke.
No, that's real.
Now I have to watch it.
Yes. Well, there's also another character he voices.
Ninja.
Yes. Okay. Well, see, here's the thing with Afro. Afro is kind of like Mace Windu if he was a samurai who didn't say much, and Ninja, his companion, is literally Samuel Jackson if you were to follow this person. That's all I'll say there.
Like Samuel Jackson from Pulp Fiction,
playing
in my
Sam
opinion.
Jackson as a
Yeah.
companion to Sam Jackson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what more can you want? I mean,
Exactly. Yeah. There you go. So yeah. Now.
They interact so well. His voice interacting with those characters so well. When he just Ninja just talk, and all Afro says is like, "Shut up."
Exactly. Yes, Afro says less than Samurai Jack does, if you can believe that. So Jack actually talks more than Afro. Not kidding.
I assume that means Afro speaks once per third blue moon. Then, because like that's Jack
I wonder
doesn't
if that
talk
means-
much.
I wonder if that means they're barely going to say anything to each other in the fight.
Probably. I want to know.
What would be the start of this fight?
To be honest with you, if they don't say a word to each other, it will still be an awesome fight.
Jaru, funny you say that. We have a slight preview.
Yes. Okay. So before we get to that, so yes, in my opinion, like I said, I'm gonna end it right here. I'm excited. This fight is gonna be awesome. I'm looking forward to the voice acting, the animation, the research. It's all gonna be good. And
Also, you believe Jack is going to win.
yes, I do. Yes, I do. And if you couldn't tell, I couldn't believe Jack is gonna win. You know, obviously. So
Yes.
Yeah, you said that Jin was gonna win too, so you know what?
Hey! I had faith in Ryu, so don't put words in my mouth, mister. But anyway,
You can't say it. What? I didn't put words in your mouth. You put words in your mouth.
You did say it,
I was
Richard.
the one who was like, I believe in you, Ryu, while you were like, he's dead. And I was like,
Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
So pretty much it's like, oh, I believe in you, Rio. Oh, he's so dead.
He was like, I believe in you. $10 on the gin, fella. Like,
Yes, exactly. So anyway, as Mate just said, we
He
actually
did the same thing with Virgil and Sephiroth, by the way.
Okay, everyone shut up. Okay, we've established it. Everyone shut up. Okay, all right. So, yes, as Mate just said, we actually have a preview to show you guys on what this fight's going to look like. Now, thanks to Lewis, who's animating this, and Screw Attack, for giving us permission to show you guys what this fight's going to look like. So, yes, we're all very excited. And for those of you who didn't see the Death Battle cast, well, now guess what? You get to see this fight on Nerdbender. So let's go ahead and take it away.
Oh
Well,
my
there
God,
you
that's
have it,
crazy.
everyone. Yes. Holy
look at this
shit.
thing we totally just watched.
We did totally
Wow,
just watch it.
wow,
Yes.
wow.
Exactly. Yes.
Lewis, you're outdone
Jack
yourself.
was wearing a hat.
Yes. Okay. So let's talk about that for a second. So let's talk about that because again, right from the get-go, does everyone agree this fight looks fucking awesome?
It does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I love the Easter eggs, so I'm just going to point out two of them, and then I'm going to move on. So, okay, the first Easter egg is Jack wearing his classic straw hat.
Nice.
Like,
Of course. Which
Classic.
he makes himself.
yes, his mother taught him how to make one. So,
Yeah, but he makes them himself.
yes, he does. Yes, he does.
One
And
of his many skills.
Probably going to lose it in this fight.
He
yeah,
always loses it.
exactly.
Every time.
Yes, that's a recurring joke. Every time he has his straw hat, it always gets destroyed.
I wonder if that's really how the fight's going to, like, full-on start.
I
Like, he
mean,
loses the hat, and he's like, do you know how many times I've lost that thing?
exactly. Yeah.
And then, fight!
The second Easter egg I noticed is where they're fighting. Now, this is for hardcore Samurai Jack fans. They are fighting on the same bridge that Jack met the Scotsman on.
I was wondering about that. 'Cause,
Yes. So, okay. And you want to know what's awesome? I was watching that episode yesterday. So, Lewis, thank you, Lewis. Lewis is a hardcore fan of Samurai Jack, I can tell. So, yes.
Yeah, they
That's-
said on Death Battle Cast that he approached Ben and, like, pretty much begged him, can I do Samurai Jack vs. Afro Samurai?
Well, no, he didn't beg him. He said,
Well,
I want to do it.
Yeah, I want to do
And-
it.
Yeah, so Lewis has been working on this fight since the beginning of season 5. So,
And he also said he wanted to do it hand-drawn.
yes, which again, as we've already, which as they stated and as we're going to state, the only way you can do these characters justice is if it's a hand-drawn fight. It can't be 2D sprites and it can't be 3D models because it just looks...
Pretty much, if you guys seen
3D models
Samurai
look
Jack
weird.
and Afro Samurai, you'll understand why it has to be hand drawn.
Yes, like it's a great tribute
Oh my God.
to both. So yes.
I didn't even notice, but he actually... Wow. Well, if, to those who don't know, Samurai Jack is famous in the series for its art style. Most notably, the fact that they don't actually use black outlines around the characters or the environment. It just
Yes.
blends from one color to another. And I just noticed it now, but that is exactly what Lewis has done in this fight.
Yes.
That is
Like,
amazing.
look at the preview. There are no black outlines. That is fantastic.
Yes.
Someone give Lewis a beer.
Yeah, well, Lewis is, well, it's funny. No, someone needs to give Lewis some soup because Lewis announced 2 days ago that the animation is officially finished and we're going to see it next week. Bad news is he's sick right now. So someone said he
Oh,
was sick.
what do you mean next week?
Death Battle Cast.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
podcast. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Which me and Richard will be watching live.
yes.
Live.
So that's my thoughts on Samurai Jack vs. Afro Samurai. Someone else give their thoughts because I feel bad for taking up the
Can I
time.
go next?
Yes, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
When I first heard about this, I was just ecstatic because it was also a match that I predicted for this season. And it was like kind of like my wish list. And when I found out this was gonna happen, I was like, finally, we get to see this fight. And would you believe like hardly anyone entertained this fight? Like hardly anyone from different shows has entertained this fight.
It's,
you know?
Yeah, no, Screw Attack is going to be the first one to do this.
That's
Right.
awesome. Like, talk
It's
about
like
hitting
my
the
most fun
metal
matchup.
while the fire is hot. Wait, I think I butchered that phrase. But
Strike the iron while it's hot.
yeah, that. Yeah, it's like Samurai Jack's like, you know, at its recurrence. Like, it's probably at the peak of value that it's going to have for any foreseeable future. So,
Yeah.
smart of them to get this fight now.
Yeah, well, they couldn't do it last year because it
Season
came
5 was still going.
Yeah, and their schedule's already filled because they like fill their schedule at the start of the year.
Yeah.
pretty much.
And then when, oh my god, like when I first heard about it, I was like, yeah, I think Jack is definitely gonna win this one.
I'm rooting for Jack. I've never watched Afro Samurai, so
I'm in the same boat. I'm rooting for him.
It's on YouTube. You can watch it for free.
really,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Afro.
both the show Afro Samurai and also the movie.
This is the first episode of Samurai Jack, which is how I learned he was trained by Robin Hood.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, he was. Well, that was one
That
of
is
his
amazing.
teachers. Yes. We'll get
Yeah.
to that.
breaking all laws of time and space. He managed to just like, hey, I got trained by Vikings, Robin Hood, the
Greeks, yeah. He got trained by Mongolians. He got trained by Russians.
Like
He got
these
trained
people
by-
did not exist at the same time. But you know, I guess they do in this universe.
But screw you because it's awesome.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you're damn right. It's awesome.
But yeah, so I was just so excited. My question was, how is this going to be portrayed? At first, Richard told me it was going to be in claymation.
He told me that too.
Lewis. Well, okay. To be fair, Lewis and I do talk here and there, and okay, Lewis kind of tricked me. So that was Lewis. He tricked me.
But at the
That
same
being
time,
said,
I said to myself, okay, it's something new. I said that one day they'll probably do a claymation fight, and I
They
guess we're
better
gonna
do
see
it.
it.
I have one request if they do a claymation fight.
Here it comes.
I want a Wallace and Gromit cameo. I don't want them as the combatants. I just want them as a cameo.
That's fair.
Just
I
have
like
them
it.
in their house and just goes,
yeah,
lovely cheese, Gromit.
Yeah.
Fight goes through their house and just takes away Wallace's cheese.
Let me
Pretty
just.
much.
I'm gonna make a prediction on that
That's
right
all
now.
I
If
want.
they ever do a claymation fight, it's gonna be short as shit because claymation is expensive as all hell to make.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it is. Yes,
So
it
you need
is.
more than one model. You can't just use the same
You have to
model.
make an entire like world, and like just like taking it like frame by frame shots is so time consuming.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Well, if Adult Swim can use claymation, I'm pretty sure Screw Attack can.
Or
If
or
a
just
massive
stop motion in general.
multi-billion-dollar company could do it, I'm sure Screw Attack can.
Anyway,
Yeah,
Anyway,
I went back to one of our older podcast episodes. It was one with just me, Richard, and Kara. And fun fact, Richard,
What?
when you were building up Jack versus Afro, you were saying you'd be happy if it happens in season 5.
Oh my god. Oh wow! I did
you
not.
just predicted the future.
I can see the future. Woo!
Hey, can you give me the next numbers for the next Powerball?
Okay. Well, hold on now.
Richard,
Okay.
can you go ahead and predict what the next fight is, and please be the one I want?
I'll see what I can do. I can't give lottery numbers. I can only predict fights. I'm sorry.
Wait,
But,
Afro
yeah.
Samurai
Just
fought
say my
an
matchup is
Afro
next.
droid?
What? What was that, Jar?
Afro Samurai fought an Afro droid.
Yeah, we'll get
Oh
to
yeah,
that.
that was a thing.
That was just like Samurai Jack fought Mad Jack.
Wait, is it
Yeah.
like basically the Sonic and Metal Sonic thing?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind
Pretty
of.
much,
Okay.
yeah.
Metal
like
Afro.
All right, here's the thing. All right, quick explanation time. Okay, so yes, one of Afro's villains that he fought because this group of monks really wanted the number 2 headband. Duo will explain more about the mythology on it, how the headbands work. But basically, they wanted the headband so bad that they sent an assassin to, literally heal him up, sleep with him, and steal his moveset, put it into a little memory phone card, give that phone card to them, and they would put it in this robotic android that they can create. They have dozens of armies of androids. It's not important. And they created one off of Afro. So it looked like Afro. And it was literally like him, except it had some key differences. But it had every one of his fighting styles down to a T. It's almost like the Afro droid could read his mind. And the only way Afro could defeat it is if he had to clear his mind and fight unpredictably. And he was able to defeat it after a long stretch battle that sent him up to the sky
above the clouds,
where air was scarcely thin, and he came right back down as if nothing ever happened. Right. So yeah, that's the Afro.
Let's just say that Afro Droid to Afro Samurai is like Sonic to Metal Sonic, pretty much.
There you go.
Because Afro Droid was created to defeat Afro Samurai.
Yes.
Because he was stronger and faster and pretty much can predict his next moves. Hence why Afro had to clear his mind and pretty much fight without thinking.
Pretty much. So, yes. And to talk about Afro, because again, everyone knows about Samurai Jack, but with Afro, the whole thing with him is that in his world, he comes from a world that is literally Japan if it was America. I'm dead serious about that statement. Like, America, Japan is America. They have flip phones, they have guns, they have a lot of sex.
Lots of it.
Yeah, they have access to robots. They have raves, iPods, kind of. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, but
Lucy Liu.
Yes, and Lucy Liu.
Yes, Lucy Liu was in the movie.
Yes, she was. But the whole thing is that Afro wears a headband called the number 2 headband, where basically with that and the number 1 headband, these headbands were created because why not? And whoever wears the number 1 headband, you are gifted with some kind of immortality, and you are treated as a god. And nobody can challenge you or touch you. But only if you have the number 2 headband, which if you have the number 2 headband, anybody can challenge you. You can challenge the number 1. And with both these headbands, they kind of fuck up your mind and they turn you into a straight up killer for the rest of your life.
Pretty much, especially the number 2 headband.
Oh yeah, mostly the number 2.
It's like a magnet. It's like a magnet of people wanted to kill you, and you have to kill them before they kill you. But with the number 1, if you see someone with the number 1, you pretty much stay away from them because it's kind of like, it's sort of like a badge of honor. Like, I am the best. You cannot touch me. And that's probably what the legend was. It's pretty much all legend, but people respect that legend. When they see the number 1, they stay clear away from them because they know if they go against the number 1, there's a big chance they can die. But with the number 2 headband, you're considered as the number 2 best swordsman or best fighter in the world, and you have the right to face the number 1, pretty much.
Yep, that's it. So that's Afro's kind of deal.
Yeah, but here's the thing: he's driven by revenge, pretty much.
Yeah,
that's pretty much the whole thing with him getting the number 1 was just revenge for his father, and that's pretty much his whole deal. And that's pretty much basically his whole life is all about revenge. And then when he finally gets the number 1 and kills Justice, it's like, what else can he do now?
Yeah.
Except being a monk.
Pretty much.
A Buddhist and stuff. Which
pretty much, yeah. So
he got dragged into the fight again, pretty much.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it.
But Afro is fast. He has a reaction time where he can deflect bullets, dodge laser beams, and strong enough, and I shit you not, to impale somebody with just his sheath, his sword sheath.
Indeed.
That's how strong he is.
Well, that and he's strong enough to cut down a stone statue with just a single strike of his sword.
Right.
Oh, and smash somebody so hard with the back of his fist that they fly through a wall. So, yeah.
You know, it's funny. The weird thing about Samurai Jack is his sword can cut to basically anything.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
But which is a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because, you know, having a super sword is great. It's a bad thing because it basically nullifies any strength feats that involve him cutting because his sword is capable of slicing through, like, steel just with gravity. Like,
But
you
he
can
has-
drop a sword on a steel plate and it will cut through it. Like, that's all the force it takes.
But with the sword aside, Jack has proven that he has some impressive strength feats.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, no.
It's just that, man, I know from experience now, cutting through steel requires so much goddamn strength that it's insane.
Yeah, well, that actually segues into you, Jar. So what do you think about this match, and who do you think is going to win?
Well, I'm rooting for Jack, because Jack's my boy. But,
Everyone's rooting for Jack.
Yeah.
I'm very familiar with how superhuman Jack is, and I know a lot of his big feats, and he's a very powerful and capable character. But unfortunately, I can't really say about who will win because I don't know much about Samurai or Afro Samurai. So, I can tell you that Jack is very strong. He's lifted massive boulders, pushed over giant pillars, etc.
Was it true that he lifted up a 700-ton sumo?
He did not
1,000.
lift him up. He just survived him smashing onto him.
Because a lot
Yeah.
of people say that he lifted
No.
sumo, and I was trying to look for that. I'm like, I don't see it, but it's still impressive that he survived being crushed by him.
Absolutely. It's still
No.
definitely an impressive feat. It's just not a strength feat.
Yeah. His speed, on the other hand,
Yeah,
speed is crazy.
But yeah, he's speed, very fast. He's also fast enough to dodge and deflect bullet gunfire. I remember
And the
doing
sunlight,
some math
and the
on
sunlight.
it. Sorry, what?
I said
sunlight.
and the sunlight, because everyone's been pointing to this one feat where he was able to
I-
avoid.
Heard about this, never seen it.
Yeah, it was basically
It's very,
like
it's very much to a suspect thing.
Yeah, I could send it to you, but basically because it was a beam
Oh
of
wait,
coming.
is it kind of like what they described? Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to get into that because it will trigger someone.
Yeah, no, it's fine. But basically, okay, like there was this one time where, okay, the sun was able to come down through these reflective plates in this glass stadium, and they were focused into beams that could have killed Jack, and Jack was able to get out of the way and react enough to avoid them. So people have pointed to that, saying that, okay, that possibly puts Jack at speed of light speeds, but it's never been concrete if that's actually the case.
Yeah,
or not.
because it's not like if he had like dodged out of the way of an incoming light beam as it was traveling through the air, that would be one thing. But that's not really what was happening. It was the beams were slowly tracing across the floor as the sun changed angles. He wasn't really dodging a light speed projectile. Or anything.
No, but
Okay.
yeah,
It's very much. I personally think that feat's blown out of proportion. And
Yeah.
it's someone who's rooting for Jack. So
Just like him lifting up a 700-ton sumo
Yeah.
was that.
Exactly.
Because I wanted to make sure without using it, but when I just saw him just getting flattened by him and still survived it, I said that's still impressive that he can
absolutely. And
Yeah.
Jack's
survive.
very-
And this sumo jumped as high as the ceiling of the Coliseum, which was pretty damn high, and then just boom, right on Afro, not Afro, right on
Jack.
Jack.
yeah.
You know why I get mixed up? Because they both have the name Samurai. And
just call them by their first by their first names then, Jack and Afro. There you go.
There you go.
Wait, but Jack's first name is Samurai.
No, technically,
His real
Jack's
name is unknown.
yeah, well, no, he was given a real name in the comics that
I'm just
ended.
going by the joke. It's Samurai Jack.
I know he was given a real name in the comics that ended before season 5 was announced and got started. It was revealed that his real name is Mako, named after the voice actor who played Aku in the first 4 seasons.
I miss him.
And everyone's I know, but everyone seems to forget. Okay, Samurai Jack was given his name by a group of teen pedestrians, and they were saying Jack did this, Jack did that. They were using Jack as kind of a new slur, I guess. They weren't actually
slang word. It wasn't slur.
It's kind of similar how Jackie Chan got his name.
Yeah,
it's kind of similar to that. Like, I think it was in America where he got his name, where someone just called him Jack, and just went with Jackie Chan, even though that's not his real birth name.
Yeah, exactly. So,
but yeah, no, Jack's very durable. He has survived various explosions. He survived crash landing from orbit.
Re-entry, by the way, yes. He was so he was in a spacesuit. He survived crash landing. Surviving the re-entry process, crashing down into a forest. He took the suit off, got up, and started walking as if.
Well, he didn't take the suit off. The suit was destroyed.
Well, the suit was destroyed, but he still got up.
Yeah, he got up. For some reason, his robes were fine.
Yes,
but
there was no scratch on him.
Yeah. But yeah, like the impact was like a big deal. If I remember correctly, like the forest got like leveled.
So that's maybe around over 20 tons of force that he had to survive in order to get through that shit.
Yeah.
And we compared that to Afro from his fight with Afro Droid. That's pretty much nothing.
No, it's not.
Yeah, and like
we're talking about re-entering the Earth. You're burning like hell, falling down to the Earth, crashing, and you're fine.
Well, it would have been more impressive if Jack didn't have the suit. Because, again, he needed that suit to breathe and fly in space. So, if he didn't have
there was no evidence of the suit having any special durability. Well, and since the suit was annihilated whenever he impacted and Jack was fine, it's probably safe to say that we can give him most of the credit for that.
We can. I can totally see that.
Also, worth noting, another fun physics fact, I guess. Crashing to Earth from space and crashing to Earth from within the atmosphere are two very different feats because when you're within the Earth's atmosphere, your maximum velocity, your terminal velocity, is limited by air resistance. You can't go faster than a certain speed. And for humans, it's like 55 meters per second, or that's like 60 or 70 miles per hour. You can't fall faster than that without outside force. However, that's because of the air, the atmosphere. If you fall from space, the gravity can accelerate you to a much faster speed before you start crash landing. So,
depending on no air wind resistance at all in space. So,
yeah, exactly. That's why when meteors impact Earth, they're flying way faster than is allowed by terminal velocity. That's fun.
Yeah.
So Jack's really impressive. He's very strong. He's lifted several dozen tons. I don't remember the exact numbers. He was fast enough to dodge, deflect lasers, bullets.
Also, he was fast enough to defeat 5 bounty hunters before a drop of water hit the ground. So that was like maybe less than 4 seconds. So he was moving so fast, he was a blur.
Oh yeah. So there's a faster than the eye can track moment for you. He defeated them without they even realizing anything had happened.
He has great senses.
Yes, great senses.
That's another thing. Is superhuman senses. At one point, he had to defeat these super archers in a tower.
The 3 blind archers, blindfolded and listening to the environment, and he was able to sneak up on them without them hearing him, and he was able to dodge 3 arrows point blank, and they deflected and hit the archers back. So.
And his sense of hearing is so acute that he can hear a snowflake hitting the ground.
Yes.
That is crazy.
That is crazy.
It's funny, the person I was debating with was kind of dismissing the feat where he had defeated those blind men, because he's saying is he's not going to be putting a blindfold over his eye to face Afro.
Well,
And I'm like,
no, because again,
but the bottom line is that he has acute senses. That's the point. Yes, we know he's not going to put a blindfold over his eye and fight Afro Samurai, but the fact that he has that ability is something he could use. The fact that he has that type of senses, he could use that in a battle with Afro. Not necessarily have a blindfold himself, but it's the fact that he has acute senses.
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, and of course, Samurai Jack's sword is, of course, very impressive. It can basically cut through anything. It's cut through godly artifacts capable of warping reality. It's cut through his universe's version of adamantine.
Yes, it has. The only thing it can't cut through is the Scotsman's sword, because it has magic runes. So that's another thing the sword can't do. The sword cannot hurt pure people, nor can it cut through magical swords, which is a downside for Afro, because his sword is not magic. It's just a regular.
That limitation on the magical sword thing is likely only due to it being so early in Jack's story. If you were to try again later after you got upgraded strong enough to cut through adamantine, I'm willing to bet he could cut through it.
Fair
If
assumption.
he's really going all out, I bet he could.
Fair enough.
Because he's cut through more powerful artifacts that are magic, so
I just want to make a point here, because I know some people are going to say that the whole thing with the sword, that it cannot harm someone with pure heart. And right away they say, well, that means it's not going to work on Afro. I laugh because, do you know what Afro has done?
This dude ain't pure at all.
He ain't freaking pure. He betrayed his own family just to get the number 2 freaking headband.
He's made so many people, he's killed sons, brothers, friends, daughters. This fool doesn't do
And all for revenge. That's not a pure thing to do.
No, it ain't.
He's an anti-hero, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, and plus, he's Samuel Jackson. In what world is Sam Jackson the pure of heart?
Oh, wait, so that means Phil Lamar is pure of heart and Sam Jack. Oh my god!
Yeah!
Damn!
Anyway.
You learned something.
Yeah, no,
Then
I'm
Phil
just-
Lamar voiced Static, he voiced
John Stewart
John Stewart,
and
who also-
Hermes.
Hermes.
Yes.
So yeah, Samuel Jackson, most of his characters are badasses and
Yeah.
villains and stuff. So
Okay, okay, well then there's your argument there. We don't need to go into any more detail why Jack's gonna win.
But yeah,
Alright, so we've established Jack is probably gonna win.
Yeah,
well,
so
again, I don't know anything about Afro, so I can't really tell you who's gonna win.
okay.
I can tell you Jack is very superhuman and very capable with a bunch of
Yeah.
and in his own right too. So is Afro, but again, we haven't seen a lot of impressive feats that would actually say that. Yeah, he has more impressive feats than Jack, which heck no.
Yeah.
And that's what we're gonna look at. We're gonna look at who has impressive feats. And
Well, again, yeah, as Jar's laid them out and as we've laid them out again, it's still in Jack's favor. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but I do want to add something real quick. Again, it's someone I was debating about. It's he asked, "What is Jack without his sword?"
Plenty.
So
Plenty,
so
yes.
let's just say this: if both combatants don't have swords, I mean, Afro can take care of himself very well without a sword. However, though, given what Samurai Jack has been through, his training, all the techniques he learned, not just from his own time, but from the future. Yeah, even
Okay,
without a
let's-
sword.
You want to know
Let's
how?
put it-
Can I just make a request that we maybe wrap this discussion up soon,
Yeah.
because there's other stuff we're going to
Okay,
talk about.
okay.
Only going on for a
Here's how
while.
impressive Jack is without his sword. At one point, he got his soul ripped out by a demon, so he lost his sword and his body. Still killed the demon. At another point, he got magically turned into a chicken.
Yes.
And he didn't have his sword in that body either, yet he still kicked all the ass. So
Yes.
he was able to adapt to having a fucking chicken body well enough to perform martial
I'm
arts.
sorry, but
His new martial art is Cluck Fu.
Oh God.
oh, okay.
So
I
yeah.
didn't know about him turning into a chicken, but after hearing that, Afro, I'm sorry, you're done.
Yeah. No. Like.
No
Okay.
one can defeat chicken martial arts.
No, you can't. Okay, so yes, to wrap it up before Mate gives his short thoughts, we move on. Okay, this fight, it's going to be the battle of pure hope versus badassness. And yes, revenge. And in that instance, let's just say this. Which one of them has the better motivation? And you tell me which one is going to win because of it. Because again, it speaks for itself. But yes, at the end of the day, Jack has got this. He has the experience, the strength, the speed, the durability, the skills, the senses. And by the end of his series, he is a fucking one-man army. Whereas Afro...
At the start of the series, he's a one-man army.
Yes, agreed. But he's even more of a one-man army. That's my point. So yeah, Jack's got this. We're looking forward to this fight. Holy shit, Lewis, I know you're going to knock it out of the park. So, mate, your short thoughts, mate. Tag out.
I don't really have much, to be honest.
Say something.
Jack's gonna win. There we go.
About the fight too. What you're looking forward to it? Jeez, man, come on.
Oh
Lewis
yeah,
is-
Sorry, it's just get going for so long. Jeez.
We're sorry. We're big Jack fans.
I was like, I don't remember if I already
Hey,
covered
Afro
things.
fans.
Well, you
I'm
could
a
say.
Samuel Jackson fan, if that's
Yeah.
worth something.
Yeah. You could say what you're looking forward to in the
Yeah,
animation.
I
Because
was
come
going
on.
to. 'Cause they just
Okay.
keep interrupting.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to the animation, really, and finding out what the next time is, because I have a little theory on what it could be. I'm probably wrong, so let's move on.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's move on to the last couple of topics and then end this.
Okay.
Alright, so this next topic, I posted something with the Nerdbender Twitter account, because it's something me and Richard talked about, a way to get viewers involved with the pre-recorded ones, because we do like the viewers interacting with us during the podcast, but that's a bit hard to do with us doing these pre-recorded. So, we decided for the Death Battle discussions, we tweet out asking for either matchups, like Death Battle related questions, or like a topic for discussion or something, which we'd like alternate and whatnot. Unfortunately, for time purposes, we can only talk about. We said 4, right?
Yes, we said 4.
Yeah. So we've picked 4 out of the many, many matchups that we were sent, and we're gonna talk about those. But,
Let's do it.
yeah. So let me just pull up the tweet here.
You could have done that before.
Reg.
I was waiting for you guys to finish. It takes forever.
Oh, you're gonna be taking forever when your matchup happens, so don't judge us.
Oh hell yeah!
There you go then.
I'm gonna save every second of that.
Oh god.
That happens. Okay, so me and Richard have talked about this beforehand. 4 matchups that we're going to talk about, and yeah, it kind of sucks that we can't get through all of them. It's just time purposes, and
We can dedicate maybe like 5 minutes to him.
yeah. And I did mention, well, I was going to mention this. We were going to limit it to 1 per person as well, because I know some people have requested multiple.
Okay.
But anyway,
Well, let's just.
on to the first matchup from Torok. I think I'm pronouncing that right, or at Torok96. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that name, but you know who you are.
Yeah.
Robot Boy versus XJ9, or what was that full name again, Richard?
Jenny Winkman.
Yeah.
Who's Robot Boy?
Robot
That's
Boy's
from,
from the Cartoon Network show called Robot Boy. He's basically a toy that gets granted the ability to turn.
Let me put it this way: he's Robot Pinocchio. He
Yeah,
wants
there
to
you
be
go.
a
That's
real boy.
yeah, there you go. That's a good idea.
Pretty much he's fighting to be a real boy.
No,
Yeah,
he's
but
not.
he's also
he's-
Astro Boy in a way, as well.
Yes, exactly. He can
I don't know
transform
anything about
himself.
Afro Boy. I bet on Jenny.
Okay, fine, fair enough. I'm gonna.
I watched Robot Boy when I was a kid.
Same
I
here.
like him. He's doomed.
Yeah, he's fucked. I'm sorry. Like in both of his base form and in his mech form, yeah, he's fucked. Jenny has done ridiculous shit.
It's just that there's this weakness that he has, which I know is going to come into play if he's ever in a death battle. And his battery's running out.
Yeah, he relies on literal D-cell batteries. Like I'm dead serious.
D batteries.
Yes, D batteries. I'm dead serious.
And
Who even uses D batteries now?
He's a
Yeah,
toy.
honestly-
He's a literal toy. Let's just put it that way.
Honestly, I was talking about this fight with a friend of mine, and I feel like it kind of writes itself.
It does.
And I'm going to just give my thoughts and then have to go quickly. I'll be right back. The fight kind of writes itself. Jenny's going to get the upper hand. Robot Boy's going to go into the super mode. He's going to get the upper hand. But then his battery's going to run out. He's going to turn into a toy, and she's just going to kill him.
That or she'll just kill him instantly. It literally doesn't matter. Jenny has far more better. Jenny has better weapons, better speed, better strength.
Anyway, I got to change scenery. You guys talk. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, what was the next one? Give me the next one. Okay, fine. I got the next one. The next one too was from Yang the Insane, and she posted Deadpool versus Dante.
I would definitely bet on Deadpool.
Same here.
Dante's very impressive, but Deadpool's healing ability is almost limitless as far as I'm aware. Let me rephrase what I mean there. You can keep hurting him, and he'll keep healing. Dante's healing eventually stops.
Yeah, the only way you can successfully kill Deadpool is to throw him in a nuclear bomb. That's literally the only way to kill him.
His cells will keep rebuilding him, while Dante, from what I understand, can only regenerate to a point, at which point he dies.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I'd bet on Deadpool for that purpose. Dante's certainly more destructive with his arsenal, but I don't think he has enough to outright annihilate Deadpool. Not based on what I've seen.
Yeah, no, same here. What about you, Duo? Who are you going for?
I'll say Deadpool.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, the third one. I really hate that we have to talk about this one. Uh-oh, Mate just left us.
He's dead.
Oh, shit. Oh, no, it's okay. He'll edit this out.
He lives.
Okay, I'm back. I'm back.
Oh,
I'm back.
he does? Okay, now I'm lagging. Okay, there we go.
Basically, I had to change scenery. I won't go into detail as to why. Well, actually, I'm just going to stick to my profile pic. I also had to change internet connection, which was a couple issues. I had to refresh the page. But
That's fine. That's fine.
anyway, Deadpool versus Dante. Hell yes, I want this fight.
Yeah. And you said you're going for Deadpool too, right?
Actually, I'm a little torn. I feel like Dante does have enough, good, force, and he could put out enough punishment to put Deadpool down. Absolutely. He's also, way stronger, faster, especially with Quicksilver. I feel like his weapons could also give him quite the upper hand. However, I feel like if Deadpool gets the Carbonadium Sword, all he has to do is get one lucky hit in and he's won.
Well, again, even if he doesn't
Which he's
get it...
definitely capable of doing.
Yes, well, even if he doesn't get it, as Jaru just said, Deadpool can keep regenerating and regenerating and regenerating no matter how much force or punishment you give him. The only way to kill Deadpool is to put him in a nuclear bomb situation, or if you have an attack that is capable of that kind of force, whereas Dante does not. So, yeah, and Dante's healing factor does have a limit. He can regenerate, but only to a certain point, and even afterwards, he can die. So... His healing factor is kind of 20-40.
Yeah, but let's face it, the banter between these two is why we want to see this fight.
Oh, yeah. No, hands down.
Oh, and the animation. You saw what Torian did with Dante versus Bayonetta and
I would prefer
Deathstroke,
Deadpool versus Dante over Dante versus Bayonetta, just because there wouldn't be as much flashy, blinding lights going on.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, yeah, there's that.
Also, me and Richard talked about this. The dialogue if Deadpool comes back a third time.
Yep.
How he would interact with Wisdom. I think Richard's idea was, really? Again? look, I know you guys like sucking my dick and everything.
Whoa!
And then just like goes from there.
Well, that or I was saying, wait, a third time? Oh my god. What am I, Batman? Oh, wait. Anyway, so yeah. It could be a good fight. Could be a good fight. So yeah. Third one by C-Spin Dinner. And oh god, I can't believe we have to talk about this one. Fuck it. Yeah, fuck it. It's Broly versus Hulk.
Oh gosh. Really, dude?
Hulk! Come on, Hulk! Come on.
That is so cliche.
Yeah,
Dude.
especially now.
Yeah, but it's awesome.
Yes, it is, but oh god, like this fight actually
I
could
mean,
happen.
I'm almost certain Broly annihilates. Am I crazy? Like,
No, it's a special. Oh god.
I have to admit, the way they analyze Hulk for Hulk versus Doomsday, it made me think Broly does stand a much better chance.
Of course
well,
he does.
yeah, just because Doomsday's bullshit. So
Yeah, he's the literal definition of bullshit.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I still think Broly would probably win because, like, they made Hulk look impressive, and while it's true that he has theoretically limitless strength,
His healing factor isn't.
No, yeah, his healing factor's fucked.
Yeah, exactly. And even then, it's like Broly destroyed like a galaxy once. Like, it may not have been like.
That could have been like with cinematic time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
did he do it planet by planet by planet, or just by one shot? That's
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
if he
think it's
did do it
implied
in
that-
one shot, why didn't he do that when fighting the Z Fighters?
Because the planet was already going to explode anyway, so what was the point? Plus, he just wanted a challenge, and he wanted to kill Kakarot because he wasn't thinking right.
And it's
But-
all for
and also-
entertainment.
Bingo.
Plus,
plot holes
that-
in DBZ.
I
are
mean,
more
I mean, think about it. Like the villain
plus Andy
always
is a
kills.
Saiyan, and they like to fight.
There you go. You just
So there you go. If you take Broly in character, he's gonna want to fight and get up close to Hulk. So just saying, oh, Broly could like blast the galaxy away or destroy the planet and win like that.
The same.
No.
Like,
Plus
Hulk.
Broly, plus also too, Broly is the biggest dumbass in all of Dragon Ball, so he wouldn't think, duh, I should blow up the planet.
no, he's gonna want to have fun.
Exactly.
Him,
Say
him
it out. I don't-
torturing people is fun to him. So
Yes.
he's
Yeah,
gonna
so-
want to do that to the Hulk. He's gonna
And-
do that. He's not gonna think about, oh, I should blow up the planet where I can because he's too powerful.
Well, that,
Oh,
as I said,
there's something I
Broly
want.
is a dumbass.
You know how in the Hulk vs. Doomsday, Hulk said, "Hulk smash ugly fake Hulk."
Yes.
Could you imagine if he does that again, but instead said, "Hulk smash giant baby"?
Well, he is. He's a giant fucking baby.
Yeah, because like he's like, "Ah! Kakarot made me cry as a baby."
You
Well, plus-
Insert that clip from Family Guy of a crying baby. Peter staring at the mother, and the mother just says, "Yes, he's crying. Babies cry."
Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right, so yes.
But I have to say that is just the weakest reason why he's just so pissed off is because Kakarot made him.
All right, let's stop talking about Broly. The more we talk about this, the more we talk about this big
Final word on
bastard,
it.
the more it's good.
I'd personally put my money on Broly, and with the new movie coming out, and then probably rebooting him and having him kick the shit out of Super Saiyan Blue people, I'm sure he's going to even get more ridiculous. So, my money's on Broly.
As much as I hate to say it, it's probably going to be Broly.
It probably will. I'd want Hulk to win.
There, are
I
you
will
happy,
say-
Broly fan base? I said
will say,
something
though,
nice.
I think they have more in common than Hulk vs. Doomsday.
Yeah,
And it
probably.
makes more thematic sense as well, because you've got two people who seem pretty mild-mannered, pretty chilled, but then something causes them to snap, and then they go berserk.
Yeah.
And turn
Yeah,
these, like,
that is pretty-
destructive monsters.
Yeah.
I'm super proud of myself.
Well, to be fair, the only thing that triggers him is Kakarot, whereas the Hulk, anything triggers him.
Well, they
Yeah.
get angry and destroy things.
You can stub his toe and he'll turn to Hulk.
Man,
You know?
that's
If you
so
look at him,
terrible.
if you look at Bruce Banner the wrong way, he'll turn into Hulk.
Oh no! I hurt myself changing this tire.
Hulk
And
don't-
believe it or not, if he have sex, he can turn into Hulk.
Oh
That
yeah.
was brought up in Age of Ultron.
Okay,
Yeah, he
I don't know how
can't.
this looped back to sex jokes, but
I'm
maybe.
sorry. All right, what's
Damn
it?
it.
But it's true. That was on the movie.
Anyway, we've got one more.
Okay.
What's the one?
Okay.
More?
And it's from Epic Link Sam. It's Yu Narakami from Persona 4 versus... Jaru, how do you pronounce this character's name from
I don't
JoJo?
fucking know. I mispronounce Goku half the time. What do you want from me?
I'm gonna try. I'll probably butcher the name anyway. It's
Fine, let's-
Josuke Hijash.
All I can say.
Yata?
Wait,
No, it's okay. It's Hosuke Hijizaki.
Hichizaki.
Yes.
Hichizaki.
just-
Whatever.
I don't know those characters.
okay. I don't. I know you.
The other one's a JoJo character.
Yes,
I know
exactly.
Yu Narakami.
I'm abstained from this because I don't know who would win because I know little about both, so I abstain.
Also,
I don't
for
know
this part of the podcast, I get to use Persona 4 music.
Yes,
Nice.
but you don't
You're
get to.
probably the only one here who knows anything about the Persona character.
Just say
know,
who you think would win then.
I know a bit about the JoJo character, but you're only mate. You want to talk about Persona characters or something?
Okay, for the Persona character, I'm kind of curious exactly how you would make this fight work because, yeah, it's like a whole stand versus Persona sort of thing, but the only way you can actually have his Persona is if he's in. Okay, I'm gonna have to actually explain a little bit of the story of Persona 4.
I'll
Does that
time you.
make sense?
I'll time you.
Okay, so in this town called Inaba, there's this thing that people spread rumor about called the Midnight Channel. When it's raining at night and fog is going to settle in, if you watch your TV at midnight, you'll see your soulmate appear. However, when Yu tries it, he tries to touch the screen, but his hand goes inside the TV, which is weird.
7 days.
He tells his friends Yosuke and Chie about this. They don't believe him. They go to this department store called Junes. He tries to show them. His hand goes inside the TV. They're freaking out. While Yosuke has to pee, he runs into them, and they all fall inside this giant TV. And it turns out there's a whole other world that's populated by beings called shadows. And this is where Yu Narakami can summon his persona.
Okay.
So,
Can normal people attack Personas?
yes. I
Okay.
believe they can.
Okay, good to know.
You're almost up to a minute.
Alright.
Shall I talk about the JoJo character now?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's the main character of the part. I want to say, is it part 4? Yeah, it's part 4 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. His stand is called Crazy Diamond, and it kicks a lot of ass, just like Star Platinum. But whereas Star Platinum can stop time, Crazy Diamond, that's the name of his stand. If I didn't already say that, Crazy Diamond can. It's weird. He technically he heals people, like that's his power. He can heal people, but he can also just sort of morph your genetic and biological shit into whatever he wants. Like he wants
What the
to
hell?
pummeled this guy repeatedly into a rock until he became a biological rock person. Like it's weird and disturbing. Like he just mutates you by punching you. It's very fucked up. He's very, Crazy Diamond's very powerful. He was able to hold his own against Star Platinum to the point that, what's his name?
Let's say I think
Jotaro.
Narakami has had stuff like that happen to him before.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, it was in the anime. Someone's shadow goes berserk and fires this ray at him that ages him into an old man. But it gets reverted.
Okay.
Interesting. But yeah, so as for who I would think would win, only thing that can hurt a stand is a stand. So, whereas it sounds like Personas can be hurt by regular shit. So I'm gonna bet on.
Well, there is another advantage that Narakami has, and he can pretty much like swap his persona whenever he wants. Yeah, he's got multiple personas for some reason. Like he starts off with Izanagi, but then he has like a few others like Pyrojack, King Frost. Like I'm listing ones from the anime, like that he's used. So those are ones that he's definitely used. There's no player influence or anything.
Okay.
So you can use that. Like that's how I looked at it for a death battle, if he was ever in one. So
I bet on the George character just because I love JoJo, but like I don't know much about Persona. So for all I know, they're like I'm ultra light speed supernova power. So yeah, I don't know.
Probably.
Well, thing is, they're RPG characters, so it can be a bit difficult to quantify that.
Yeah, it's always.
And I mean, you can fight as well. Like he's got a katana and everything.
Alrighty then.
Cute.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to do any more?
We just said 4 on those with a 4.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Alrighty then. Well,
yeah, one of the pre-recorded podcasts that we said we would do if our most wanted fights happened has happened.
yes, and it's our longest one, so that's nice. So yeah, that's pretty much about it, everyone. We've talked about everything we could think of when it comes to Death Battle and future Death Battles.
Yep.
Yep. Mark.
It was good.
Mate, segue us out, please.
All right, so I guess we should wrap this up. Who wants to do their outros?
I don't have an outro, so I guess I'll just go. Thank you guys so much for watching us. This has been awesome. Can't wait for Samurai Jack vs. Afro Samurai, which is now 2.5 weeks away, or about to be a week and a half away. And I'm very excited, and this was awesome. So thank you all so much for watching, and hopefully I get my account back. But if not, I'll still be making videos regardless. I ain't retiring yet, so yeah. That's about it, guys. I'll retire when I want to retire.
Also, I'd like to add on Monday, it's going to be exactly 1 week away for first members like us.
Yeah. So technically it is 1 week. So there you go.
I really need my first membership back. Yeah.
I know. So yeah, thank you all so much. And bye, everybody.
All right.
Okay, Duo, go.
I just want to say thank you for watching us, and please come to my channel and subscribe. Make sure you go to the Only Mates channel, and please subscribe.
They're watching this on my channel.
I know. That's what I was saying. Make sure you subscribe.
Go to the channel you're already on.
Okay, fine. Damn.
No, don't go to his channel.
That's the last time I give you some promotion, okay? So
You just lost your promotion.
and also, if you guys get a chance, check out my own battle show, Battle Mode, and always dream big.
Okay, Jaru.
Like if you enjoyed the video, comment if you got something to say, subscribe if you want to see more, and as always, have a fantastic day.
And now I shall do the thing I usually do, which is say thanks for watching, have a wonderful day, and this is the first time I get to do this for a podcast. Courtesy of Masako X, here's my Goku outro. Bye.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
Hey guys, Goku here. You are watching Your Only Mate, and Your Only Mate is only good for the fact that at least he won't eat as much of your food. Catch you later!